All right, hello traders. This is Andy with Trade Ideas, and this is the support webinar. Let me know in the chat box if you guys can see my screen and you can hear me okay. Oh, thank you, Steve. I think it's Steve. All right, so this once again, this is a support webinar. If you need assistance with anything regarding the software, let me know. I'll do my best to get you headed in the right direction. Otherwise, we can talk stocks. We can talk markets. We can. I just see there's only a few right now. Takes a while for people to get in here. But anyway, let me know. Just say hello when you file in, and we will chat. Testing one, two, three. Yeah, I do expect it to be slow. We are right into the thick of the holidays, heading into Christmas. But so I am pretty much gonna just go silent. If anybody wants has a question, just drop it in the chat box here, and we'll try to tackle it. Meanwhile, I'll manage some positions here since this market doesn't want to cooperate. Hey, RT, how are you doing? It's pretty dead out there. It's that time of year, I guess. So what I'll do basically is pretty much trade. If you guys tell you what I'm doing. I think probably the one I'm most excited about this potential is this AUPH. I'm really liking it, and luckily I was able to buy it on a pullback earlier today. Started buying it at 45. Looks like my average price right now is 47, but this is a nice looking chart. And boy, if you can take out that 3-day high there, including today, may have to add some more. I'm doing great, RT. You're not doing great? Yeah, it's a sideways market. I mean, all you got to do, and what I'm doing now is I'm going home really thin. Uh, if I have some positions, unless I have a lot of conviction, I'm really going home thin because we're really not hadn't done anything in the last couple of weeks. But there has been some great sectors out there, as you know. But regarding AI, quant computers, but and probably one of my better looking trades is this IMMR. Just had earnings the other day, and I'm actually in this from earlier. I didn't earnings were not showing up on our uh, single stock window, which kind of obscure company, only 25 million in the float, but I'm not sure why it didn't. Boy, taking a look at this chart, sure looks like the next high is 1193. Sure would like to see it get there. Some bounce in some China stocks today. I don't know if FXI had a paid a dividend or something or what, because and KWeb. I don't know if some sort of rebalancing or they has a dividend payout. But if you look at, say, for example, FXI, it gapped way down this morning. But if you look at YINN, it gapped up. So just crazy, crazy stuff. I'm sure it's some sort of rebalancing or whatever. I'm sure I got the short end of the stick. Oh, how to filter out ETFs. Okay, there's a little hack here, and the best way to do that is, let me find a good window where I may have done that. Let's see, those are races. I'll just pull it up here. What you want to do now, what's going to happen? It's also going to filter out a few companies out there that don't report earnings. But all honesty, in my honesty and my history of trading, if they don't report earnings, you probably don't want to trade them anyway. But we have a hack. It's called earnings per share. Okay, so what you want to do, KT, is just click on this earnings per share and you add filter. And then in the min column, you put I'm sorry, 0.01. In the max column, you put a negative 0.01. Having a hard time talking today. But what that will do is assure you that any stock that comes through your window has to report earnings. And of course, ETFs do not report earnings. So that will filter them out. The only thing, it's a caveat, you are going to have to, I mean, you will, if a stock doesn't report earnings, you're not going to get that as well. There's only a few of them out there. There's a handful. Occasionally one will come through and some customer will come in and ask why that didn't come through the scan. And if you're using that filter and there's no earnings here, in other words, if it's a recent IPO or something and there's just no earnings, you won't get it. But that's what you do, RT. Let me know if you didn't get it, and I'll show it to you again. Okay, that was your little shake out there, Big Bear. Let's go. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let me put a little alert in this thing because I do want to know if it goes to highs. Tesla's giving up its gains, which I thought it was ridiculous. After that huge move, somebody comes out with a 560 or something like that price target. It's like, oh, really, dude? You're gonna sucker everybody in after that big old move? Yeah, I would focus on one window at a time in that situation, RT. So basically, uh, it's almost two different questions there. Basically, how to configure a multi-strategy window and how to figure a scan for a mean reversion. Uh, are you talking about an intraday or a daily? For day trading, uh, yeah, let me see if I have something. I'll give you an idea. Let's see, parabolic move or something like that. Let me see. Uh, let's see what this stands for. No, that's not it. Okay, so what I would do is on a daily, I would just look for percentage up. So in other words, I would just create a new high uh, ticker, and we're just going to use a new high, add alert, and then we'll go to window specific filters, and we are going to do. Now, of course, there's other things you could do, but let's. Gosh, why do I have so many in here? Gosh, let's do a relative volume of 2. Let's do change from close percentage. Maybe looking for stocks that are up, 10%. I mean, you can make this really very basic. Stocks that are up 10%. I mean, you can use other filters like Bollinger Bands and things like that. Honestly, I find it best if you just use a change from close and just a new high. And we'll take a look at some of them here. Volume today's shares. Let's put at least needs to do 200,000. And something as simple as this. I mean, you could change the percentage for what you're looking for. But let's just take a look and see what we're looking at here. Let's see. Let's do relative volume. And definitely want to do change from close percentage. We'll just call this uh, mean reversion. And we're going to always put it with like a question mark because you don't know when these things are going to revert. But let's just load up and see what we have here. And we can just look at today. Let's just look at these. Oh gosh, I need to put a price. We'll put, okay, let me do hide unused and do a price. I don't know what you want to use here. In this case, I'm just going to use $3 just to eliminate some of those penny stocks. All right, this one right here is almost up 20%. Okay, so you do have a good move there. Let's take a look. We may want to raise the percentage up on this. Teva, that one's halted. Nice move there. There's a China parabolic move. You could have a reversion to the mean and something like that. So I'm not big on Bollinger Bands. You can play around with that. I'm just probably not the best person to ask regarding it. It's something I really don't use. Uh, or there's different ways to play this. What here, let me show you a great example too of what you can do. You can do something like new alert window. I'm going to start from scratch and let's do. And this is something that I would kind of like to do because you're going to find yourself in some of these parabolic moves trying to guess, in other words, trying to fade highs. That's a very dangerous. So what I would do maybe is put a 15-minute low. 15-minute low, use that, add alert, and then we'll come in here and use some more change from the close. We can put we'll try 10% just to make sure we're finally volume today, 200,000. Relative volume, go 2 and add some columns. So this would be you're kind of looking for a uh, potential bar reversal after a huge move. Like you'll notice some of these 15-minute charts, and we'll take a look at them some in a minute. But let me just go ahead and reversing. Okay, so let's take a look at this SLQT. Now you're going to keep reporting it, but you would have gotten this sooner, right? Obviously, if over here probably. But let's just serve. Here's one that just came out. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Now you would have gotten this earlier. Okay, so you're looking for these moves, and then you get a 15-minute low. That's probably the safest way to play it. Like you can see this one, two, three, four, five. You basically had 6 bars without a reversal, and then you had a reversal right here, and that would be the time that I'd want to uh, see what else we had today. There's a lot on here. Now let me show you when you probably let's take a look when we would have gotten that QBT. There's one at 1607. Okay, there you go. Let's see if there's one sooner. Okay, now that's no good. That was earlier. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for an extension. Like I said, you can raise. I'm just doing using 10% so we can get stocks in here. You can make it 20%. I just want to make sure we're getting some stocks. Let me try something. QBTS. Go to symbol list. Single stock window. QBTS. And why is it not pulling up in there? Did I put it? Oh, QBT is what I wanted to use. Although QBTS probably would have worked too. Surprised that's not in there. All right, let's see when this was the first one it appeared. All right, so these are the early ones where you're looking for a peak at the highs there. So this was up. I didn't need to put a change from the close in here. So again, okay, so that was kind of your trigger right there on the 15-minute lows, because what it has to do, I guess, is take out this bar right here. So that's kind of what you're looking for. 1607, and it's got as low as 1433. So personally, for me, RT, this is something that I'd rather use instead of just trying to find stocks that are hitting highs and guessing when. And you can use a 5-minute high if you wanted to, but with a 5-minute high, you're going to get, I'm sorry, a 5-minute low, you're going to get a lot more. Okay, so there'd be a lot more noise in that. I would probably be looking for something like this. Now let's try something here. Let's do filter out some of this stuff. And I don't think you would need a and let's go in here and let's do 20%. See what we got. I don't think you'll need a multi-strategy window because really you don't need a bunch of strategies because really it's just one strategy. Yeah, you might want to use. Okay, let's take a look at some of these OPTX. Once again, you don't want it here, obviously. You want it at the top of the range. So you will get these things, early in the day. There's Nuke. There's another Nuke at 958. Surprised you didn't get that one sooner. It's like I said, it's a dangerous game because there is a lot of momentum. I would pay attention, like look at this relative volume. So you might want to cap out your relative volume. I mean, that's just some crazy relative volume. I don't know if you want to get inside that. Okay, there's a potential good signal right there, 394. Okay, because you're trying to break the 10 period moving average, up 116%. Just was a dollar stock just two days ago or yesterday morning. So that would be a potential good signal for me right there. But once again, you got huge relative volume, so you got to be careful. But look at that. That would have 394. Okay, trading at 3676 right now. See if we can find any more. Potential one in the making here. You got alerted at 304. Yeah, Nuke would have got you. Nuke would have got you. So yeah, you can see it's a dangerous game. That one right there, even though it looked good. I would almost want it to be on a 15-minute low and break in that 10 period moving average, if honestly. So you could even add that filter if you wanted to, a 15-minute low and put it below the 10 period moving average. Anyway, I hope that helped you, RT, with a couple of ideas of how you can do that. And multi strategies, it's building that. I'll probably give you our uh, user guide for something like that. All right, let me take a quick check of my stocks. None of them are really doing a whole lot. Market looks like it's trying to get weak again. See if the 10 period average. All right, let me check back. Jack Dupe says, been watching Market Explorer's trade wave 5 minute scanner. It populates every 5 minutes. Yes, well, you can. It has a time on there, so let's just pull it up and take a look. Market Explorer, and we're going to go down to Trade Wave, and we're going to do the 5 minute in time. Yes, it does. It does. It populates every 5 minutes. No, unfortunately, this is limited kind of technology, so it's non-configurable. You really can't do that. Uh, yeah, there's no way to. No, there's you cannot do anything with this. You can't close columns. You can't change any kind of configuration. We can take a look. See, there's not even a configuration window in there. There's nothing you can do. Uh, no, no, you can't add or remove columns, Jack. It's just the way it is. Yeah, it's just a technology. What do you mean it's yesterday's closing price, David? The numbers, the no, this is the close. This would be the close of the candle. Right click and click on columns. Ah, I take that back. Uh, so there you go. Have you tried to move it? I don't know. You're if you take out the close column, I take that back. You can do it. You can check that out. My bad. I'm sorry. I did not know. Most of the stuff in there is non-configurable, but I guess this is works. Yeah, yes. Close is close of the candle in which the signal appeared, I believe. I'm still kind of catching up on this trade wave. I just like to use it on a chart with my own stocks and not so much the signals. But let's take a look and see. You got so RCAT 20. Yeah, that would make sense. Or maybe wait, 1120. It might maybe it must be using like a 5 minute candle. Let's put hold on, let me or make 1 minute candle. Let's look around, check it out real quick. Yes, 5 minute candle, that would be the close on RCAT. So we're looking at RCAT here at 11:20. All right, I'm on Central Time. Okay, and if you look at a 5 minute candle, that is the close. Thank you, Peppy. Thanks for confirming that. Peppy knows. CH talking about the and I'll put this in case anybody else has any more questions. I'll just move it. Actually, I'll just minimize it to covering up my stuff over here. So Peppy, not Peppy, but CH. So if you go to what we do in the AI strategy trades window, right? It's defaulted to only show profitable trades. We do that to help people if they're trading these things. You know, you want to trade the ones that are working, going up, and not to trade the ones going down. To see all of them, all you have to do is uncheck any profitable trades. It's going to give you all of them, which kind of is kind of what I like to do. That way, if you want to, try something. Now, what'll happen is once they do become profitable, they will appear back up here, unless the stop has been hit. I'm not sure if the stop has been hit, but there you have it. CH. I hope you're still around. That's been a good one. Well, that was a real nice one right there. QBTS short at 870. Pretty nice. Pretty gutsy. All right. Make sure nothing on this IMMR just needs to keep going. Uh, Ooh, the AUPH got through. RT, you can do that. That has to be configured in the inside the strategy. So obviously, this guy has to be an alert window if you're using it for trading. And what you want to do is just go to the search window and put in time. And why can't I make a buy or sell orders that is shade only between? I'm a little bit confused, RT. So those are regular hours. So your strategy should work in regular hours. Are you trying to limit it when it can trade during the day? It's not going to execute in pre-market and after hours. So the configurations are not in the. You can use limit orders, right? If you can use definitely use limit orders in the. I'm a little bit confused. The RT the configuration, the trading configuration is configured in the. Are you talking about in the layout here when you go to strategies? Yes, yes. It's only for the market period. You cannot do. I don't think you can do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pepe, but can you do a strategy that works in pre and I know obviously you can do limit orders in pre and post market, but I don't know if you can do a strategy that trades in pre and post market. Right. I'm looking at the entry time tab. You're not going to be able to take this back to. I mean, you can't do it to trade in pre and post market. Now you can limit it to when you want it to trade during the day, but no, you cannot do it for pre and post market. Only market hours. Pepe is right, and I was right. Yes, it's probably for your protection. Yeah, we do a lot of things for your protection, and one of the things we had to do also is to take out the ability to auto trade the AI. Peeling off some of that AUP. My AI stocks just fell asleep. Need AI to go to highs. That would help. Lunar's having a good day. Yeah, Jack. There's some good. That trade wave. I really like it. I think it's great for not just new traders, man. It's good all the way around. May have to give this a sit more. I know the chart is just hideous, but I do like it bumping up against this 5 day if it can get through there for a trade. Yeah, rum just can't get anything going. Now, I think if it's BBAI can make it to highs, I think it's going to be a pretty quick move to this 355 level. China stocks, some of the China stocks are getting a nice little bounce today. Baidu bumping heads with its 50. Pull alert in that one. Nice little pullback there in Yum. I picked up some of that right before I came on here at 1074. Right down there to the 20. Wish I seen it there. Wish I would have saw it earlier. But it looks like it just went to highs here. What's that Futu doing? There it is. It's still under pressure. Okay, SPY trying to go to highs here. There's that SMR. Golly, that's under a lot of pressure though on the. Nah, I'm gonna pass. Ugh, what got into you there? It's hard to chase some of these China stocks though because you do, and then overnight they maybe for a day trade, but they get whacked over. I do think this FINV is one of it was on my watch list. This nice looking cup and handle here. I bought it when it broke to this level. It was on my list for that day. Nice little move, right? 2-day move right there. But boy, it's setting up again. Vimeo's not bad. Just the markets. It's just there's another decent looking setup. DocuSign was on the list today. See how that 10-period moving average is just forcing the action higher. But just hard to get follow through. It really is lately. All right, guys, got about 10 more minutes to be sure. If you have any more questions, to get them out there. Hold on just one sec. Yeah, ready? Take a look around at the indices here. SPY just slop for the last 2 weeks. Q's been stronger for sure. Kind of an inside doji day. And IWM, let's see what it's up to today. And it's getting close to that 50-period moving average, but is trying to go to highs. I could definitely see a rotation into some small caps potentially. Financials really haven't been doing anything. It's just been kind of bleeding now for 3 weeks. Put an alert down there near the 50 period moving average. Could be a rotation into that. That's the kind of market we have. One sector gets tired, hands the baton off to another sector. I mean, you couldn't stop the financials for forever, and yeah, they've just been bleeding. Okay, AI keeps perking up here. Yeah, RT. The reason we do that is because most stocks do anemic volume, right? Obviously, you have stocks that are in play and pre-market do lots of volume, but the 98% of them just do very, very little volume in pre-market. And so what you don't want to happen is if it is that 4-hour segment or even longer than that, let's see, whatever the time is, that would really skew the relative volume in live hours. So in other words, a stock doesn't do any volume, right? So you got 5 hours, 5+ hours of just no relative volume. So what happens is when the market opens, you might have some just incredible volume coming in, but it would not really show up in pre-market because it's based upon that whole trading time. So all that pre-market relative volume is computed, into the configuration, into the calculations of the relative volume in live market hours. So it really skews it. And uh, now I would 1 minute volume works, 5 minute volume works, volume today percentage works. So those are the three I would focus on. Especially if you're looking for quick action, use that 1 minute volume filter because you can definitely see that those work, and you can see the volume coming in by using those, which is probably would be better the relative volume anyway because even though it may be doing big volume in pre-market, it's nothing compared to what's probably going to happen when the bell rings. So I would focus on 1 minute percentage, 5 minute percentage, and uh, volume today percentage. And then, of course, just volume today shares. That way you have a column so you can see how many shares it's doing. There's that ULCC alert. You're welcome. You're welcome, Haviv. Would it be possible that you give your opinion on S? Sure. Concerning what caused well, I'm not going to. I'd have to like dig into the news. I try to never Me personally, I used to be on a trading floor, way back in the last decade, last century. uh and we had a news reader, And I can tell you right now, I mean, there's no way you're going to beat these algorithms and bots when it comes to news. Uh, so I think if you just stick with technical, analysis and try not to disseminate, news and try to figure out what it is, um, you'd be better off. Yeah, I could not. Yeah, I have no idea what would cause this action. Well, I can tell you one thing. It was a. Remember, this price action is just basically a reflection of emotion, human emotions. And you had a stock that was 157 RT. Okay, got a good move yesterday. Got tired. Look at that big wick. Obviously, when you have people who are in this from 150 range and they see this kind of return, you can't help but start taking profits as soon as it gets weak, and that's what happened. And then today, the same thing. I mean, sometimes they'll keep going, but sooner or later, yeah, those holding, the cards, they're gonna cash in. And same thing with NUKK. I have no idea what caused this news to move like this. But when you have these low float stocks, 1 million share floats, you just get this euphoria. And I don't, I don't know if anybody's on the short side of this thing, but yeah, these things can just keep going. That's crazy. Wish I would have seen it at 220. Of course, I'd have sold it all at 5. Because they'll eventually turn, and when it does, it gets nasty. I don't know if I was in that, I maybe held 100 shares or something. The PRTG, I guess, similar or something. I don't know if it's. Yeah, that's crazy. There's AI. All right, keep an eye on this BBAI, and also keep an eye on this. And hasn't done anything, but this could get busy. I see a little bit of a volume bar. That's the biggest volume bar we've seen. But this one, yeah, just it has some work to do. I was kind of anticipating a move today. Bought it at 128, but BBAI may get going here, especially if AI can go to highs. All right, guys, it is that time. We have a meeting that I got to run to, but hope you guys learned something today and keep it tight and have a great one. I'll actually talk to you on Friday. So take care. Bye bye.